Well, guys, welcome back. You will notice that there was no intro in the beginning of this particular podcast. I wouldn't even really call this episode necessarily a normal podcast.
Right.
Eric and I need to talk about something that we've addressed it on, different things, whether it's comments, like you've talked about it a lot during the coffee time and the lives and different stuff, but per usual, not everybody is going to see those things or know what to pay attention to and different things, as far as announcements and how stuff will be changing, yada, yada. Right now, guys, what I would say is I would actually encourage you to get connected with our Discord. It's in the description. That's where you can see every time that we upload, you can get connected to our community. That's where we put announcements and things. And also, too, is make sure you keep up on the Rykerroad post page, which was at one time known as the community page, but YouTube changed it. But that's where we post, big updates about stuff like, again, new reactions that are coming out. Yeah, our other channels, all that stuff. Because let's be clear, everybody that is watching this is more than likely coming from the Rykerroad channel anyway. And that's really where we try to push a lot of our news and a lot of our look, guys, this is what's going on, this, and this. But I think that what I want to do first and foremost is that we need to preface this, is that the title of this, I'm not sure what the title of this video will be, but it's, guys, we're not quitting reacting. That's not what this is. We are no longer going to be reacting to 21 Pilots. And that sucks to say because we've had such a good time with them as far as reacting is concerned. We've done their entire catalog besides No Fun Intended and Rab was another album that we wanted to do, but we get blocked, and that's going to kind of go into some of the things for tonight. But I think that it's probably best to hand it over to you for the specific thing that we're going to talk about tonight, because I think you were the first one to see the notification of what happened and kind of what has led us to everything that is happening right now. So kind of just take us through, because it's about Drag Path, the extra song that we reacted to off of Breach.
Yeah. So, guys, it's very unfortunate that I woke up last Friday to a strike, like an actual strike.
Not a claim.
Yeah. They striked me. Mm-hmm. And it was for Drag Path. Now, okay, after my initial kind of being pissed off and the fact of it being, an unreleased song, I started to realize, I was like, okay, maybe. But then something hit me. I was like, no, they knew twice that this song was up. Now, when I say they, I do not mean Tyler and Josh per se.
This has got nothing to do with 21 Pilots.
So let's get that clear too. That this is more than likely, this is not the guys. Mm-hmm. This is probably a record label. Mm-hmm. And that's also what's going to come into play with some Rab stuff. But
there's also another option of what may have been going on too, because the waters are kind of murky, with this.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell what the real thing is, but yeah.
But anyways, guys, it's just the fact that they gave us a strike. And what I meant to say is that they knew it was uploaded twice, because what happens, guys, on our reaction channel, specifically because you do copyrighted material, you'll get a claim where it's you can't get paid. So no revenue, and you can fight it to be hey, take a look again. We're in fair use. We immediately got the no. So that was already, they knew that it was up and said, hey, you can't be monetized. We fought the monetization and they said, no, thanks.
Yep. So review was twice. Yeah.
Remember that. 6 months almost later is when this copyright strike happened. My problem is how are you going to give me a strike when you knew it was up? So one of two things happened. You're now pissed off because, a bunch of people are going to come watch this now because it's getting ready to come out, because fine. Or two, somebody didn't do their job right and they should be fucking fired.
Yeah.
Because you missed it twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my biggest issue with that and how they went about it, because they could have just blocked us.
Yeah, which is normally what would happen.
Right.
We've gotten, there's been certain times that we've been blocked probably like, I would say like weeks, months. I mean, nothing farther than I would say like months has ever happened before.
Right.
And we're talking like 3 to 4 months. Like we're used to a block like popping up. Like, for example, Kim Dracula. We cannot react to any Kim Dracula because we get nailed every time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even just blocked or even just like, hey, you need to take this down.
Mm-hmm.
That's my big issue with that. Now, going back to the whole Rab thing, guys, is because this is where it's now becoming a problem. We got blocked from Rab, and we heard it was record label issues and things that like a lot of people were having problems with that like specific album.
It's like the redheaded stepchild of the of like the reaction community for 21 Pilots albums.
Right.
It's people just have to fight tooth and nail to get it through the copyright system. Yeah.
So it just became this thing where it's now just too much and actually too much of a risk, because the other murky water thing he was talking about, and which I don't think it is, man.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put it past YouTube to pull this shit, or someone to be able to pull this shit on YouTube.
Yeah,
I should say. But yeah.
What he's talking about, guys, is that sometimes our friend Lee has had something like this happen. It's a false claim. People are like hacking you and like holding your video for ransom. He's like, see if they want money. Like they'll like respond back. I didn't get anything back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, no, man, this was because conveniently 3 days later, the video dropped. And this, guys, is where I'm like, that's fine. If you wanted to even give me the copyright strike the 2 weeks after we dropped it 6 months ago, okay, I'll give that to you. My bad. This was a song that was unreleased.
Yeah.
But again, I still argue that fact of you knew twice.
Mm-hmm.
So all that long-windedness, guys, is just a fact of it is a very big hassle right now, specifically for them, because we have to be basically, quote, good for the next 90 days, because if we get 2 more strikes, the channel is over.
They will delete everything
completely.
To give you guys context, at least with this, and it kind of almost blends into the murky water thing, you know, and I don't want to give credit to people that don't deserve it, which, I mean, anybody that knows of this and you're well aware of it, you know, so I'll be brief, but Onision, you know, the stupid ass YouTuber that's, you know, currently fighting a lawsuit for human trafficking and all this stuff, which by the way is long fucking overdue, and he never should have been on the platform to begin with.
I'm so glad stuff's that, yeah.
But the thing is that he would file false DMCA claims, and Mr. Repsion, who is someone that has kept up on the tea of him, had so many of them that he actually made a video where he said, look, I only have 1 strike left, or like 2 strikes or whatever it is on my channel because of these false claims. And he said, you have to understand that when you get 3 strikes, it is very much like baseball. You're out. This is not we can reinstate your channel eventually, or, hey, here's all your video files and everything. No, like you are completely white from YouTube. Your URLs no longer work. You do not have access to any videos that you created prior. And in fact, Mr. Repsion, when he made that video and warned against the possibility of it happening, he asked his audience, can you please go through my channel and download and back up everything? Because this isn't even so much at that time about losing his channel, which obviously was devastating, but it was more like, this is all evidence of shit that's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when a strike happens, that's not the same thing as a claim. That is literally YouTube saying that you have essentially broken YouTube's laws and you need to be punished for it. And with this stuff and with all the things that happen, like, we have been very fortunate with that the 4 to 5 years that we have been on YouTube, that this is the first time we've ever gotten a strike. But the problem is that if we go about this in a way where it's like, well, hey, you know what, let's try the Drag Path music video. People are like, oh, dude, it's different. You know, it's a different version. It's like, I don't want to touch their stuff with a 10-foot pole now.
Right.
Because if we do this Drag Path video, we've seen plenty of times where people are like, bro, everybody's doing this song. No one's getting nailed. Everybody has full monetization. And we get blocked every time. I'm not taking the risk, man. Like, because it's like we constantly are up against people that are convinced that they know the system better than us, that have never uploaded a reaction video before. They think that we're being lazy or that we're not doing something because we don't want to. And frankly, that's what it has now turned into. I don't want to do 21 Pilots on the channel anymore. Do you notice what I just said there? I don't want to react to them anymore. I will still listen to them.
Correct.
But even then, dude, this whole situation has been so frustrating. Not even it being, the core of it, my channel. I'm still frustrated by it.
Oh, for sure.
And it's that moment of like, dude, I don't even want to hear the new version. I don't even want to watch the new video. Like, this is the shit that happens, guys, is that you don't see the behind the scenes. You don't see the constant issues that we deal with just to get videos to you. And I understand that there's a form of naivete there that it's like, how can you know, because you're not a part of it, because you don't see it.
Right.
But people run off of assumptions. We are living in an age where that's where everybody takes. They take 2% of something, don't even do a modicum of research, and make an assumption, and now that's law.
Yep.
And we fight that every single day, every single fucking day. And I'm well aware that this will probably fall either on deaf ears, or people won't see this video. They won't even know that this is even happening.
Or maybe even still take it the wrong way.
Sure. Which again, it's the internet. People are going to do what they want, and we've learned that, it's like we react to one song and immediately we're sexist and racist because, because we said something incorrect or used a wrong word or whatever, then that must mean that we identify with something negative. But this is more so just to like make it very clear for you guys. Like, look, we are like, how did you say it? We are going to support them in our own lives.
Yeah.
And that's in our personal lives.
That's what I was saying on the chats and coffee times and stuff, guys, is that, don't get me wrong. We love 21 Pilots and we will continue to support them on our own. Yeah. And it's like I said, like he said, it is very unfortunate that we are not going to be able to support them on the channel. And it's just, again, it is nothing against the guys specifically. It's just the fact of we can't risk it.
Yeah.
We literally cannot and take this. I said this the one day. Hear how I'm saying this. 21 Pilots is not worth risking our channel. And it's not because they're not good. Like I said before, the Great Sleep Token could be doing this. I'd be like, we're done.
Yeah, we'll talk about them on podcasts from now on. Yeah,
we have to, because if this is going to be a thing or possibly a thing for that specific band or artist, what would you guys do? You know what I mean? Like, this is where I made that executive decision on coffee. I was like, I think I'm just done. And Kyle was immediately with me, and I think it was just we mutually through a screen understood, because right then we're like, we can't risk this.
Yeah.
And I actually, I don't mean I'm glad, but like I actually found out that it's 90 days for the 3 strikes. I thought it was just ever, or like a year or something like that.
I think it used to be a year. It was like you had 365 days had to pass before you would get a strike to be erased.
But 90 days, I was like, okay, not that that's like good, but like that's, okay.
We can wait out 9 months. We can wait out 3 months, 90 days, So,
but no, so guys, it's just, do not get it twisted on the fact of saying that, they're not worth it or whatever, because that's not how it's meant, but that's how it is. And it's just, like I said, we will support on our own. Just, I'm actually really upset about this decision that we've had to make, because 21 Pilots is major for me. I know that, I for fuck's sake, I got pit tickets and went to their opening show for Breach
in their home, in the home state.
Like I was 8 feet away from Tyler when Trees was on. Like I was in it, man. And like, so it's not that I'm just, I'm never listening to them again. It's just, it's the unfortunate events that have happened to bring this upon, like for the channel. And like I said, this is the first time we've ever had to do this.
Yeah. And I think it's really shitty.
Yeah. And it sucks that it's 21 Pilots, man.
Yeah. And especially too, like there was also some other people that were saying like, well, dude, just throw it on Patreon for free and different things. And it's like, guys, like I don't even want to do that. Like this is the right. I'm gonna read something to you guys. This is something that I think that this very much captures everything that we deal with on a daily basis, and that very much goes with this situation, because there have been certain bands and artists that, you know, we've reacted to that have bombed so hard that it's defeating when you know for a fact that you've done your job correctly and you can't gain traction, that I don't listen to a lot of the stuff that's bombed because it's such a sore part of that,
sure.
You know, and again, you can think that that's weird or that's, you know, unworthy, but in the same hand, until you're us, you're not going to understand the frustration that goes into that, because it's like the idea that like, I want to share this with our audience.
Yeah.
Like when we share amazing music and we can actually like get a surplus of people that keeps YouTube happy, it means that the machine can keep running and it can keep doing its thing.
Yeah.
And somebody on Discord had asked, they said, is it the copyright thing that is ruining music for you, you know, in general, if we're kind of like blanketing that? Because a lot of what I listen to is on my own terms. That's kind of how I've had to translate music now, you know, because it's, you know, that thing of like, oh, you got to listen to this immediately. Now I don't want to listen to it because you told me I had to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, so, but this is how I responded. So bear with me. But when someone asked, is it just the copyright that's making you feel this way? And I said, it's everything, to be honest. We constantly fight copyrights only to be ridiculed by people for taking precautions to avoid the copyright, because we constantly get blocked when we don't take precautions. Yep. People beg and beg for things they don't show up for, then get an attitude when we don't do the stuff that bombed. When we finally get a video to work, we've reacted wrong and we're horrible people, which is funny, to be honest, because when we do it, we can't even do it right to them. Not to mention, we put all of the info out there needed for people to know exactly what we're doing, when reactions are coming, our other channels, events that we're doing, etc. And we still get bombarded by people that won't do a modicum of research. Then misinformation is spread about something to the point that we receive comments and messages demanding to know why something did or didn't happen, only for us to explain with evidence and receipts why. And then the response that we get is, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Then they backpedal and make us look like we're retaliating when we're trying to be as open as possible. To be clear, these are all things that every content creator deals with. However, to see it firsthand is mesmerizing and infuriating. Now, I want to be clear about this, is that, no, there have been times that Eric and I both, and we can attest to this, that we've been toxic in comments. We've been pissed off. We've been fed up. But I think that what is more frustrating is when we do try to explain something that, you know, and when I'm being as transparent as possible, and immediately it gets taken in such a ridiculous way. And I will say this is a minority of people. For the most part, we have a wonderful audience.
Right.
We have an incredible group of people. You know, we have our core group of people that will follow us no matter what we do, but we've been severely blessed that there have been a lot of people that stand by us and that understand. But in the same hand, we have people that don't care about the struggle about it. They don't care that it's like, well, I'm trying to balance this full-time job and do this. And like, you know, I'm working 2 jobs to make this happen. I know, like, at least from my perspective, like looking at it, and like we've talked about in another podcast where it's like, you know, people are like, look, I know that you're struggling, but I really don't want to hear about it. Just shut up and react and get over it. And it's that thing where it's like, I'm like, you're lucky we're even doing it.
Yeah.
Like at that point, like, fuck you. Like it's like, it's to that point, you know. But the thing is that at the core of this, when the emotions are settled and when everything is thought of properly, at least I know, and I can only speak for my mind, but it's like, I think that you'll agree, is that it's just the fact, it's like, guys, like, we can't risk this. We cannot do something just because it's good. We cannot do something just because it's big. We have done 70 plus artists that were, when we were assured repeatedly, oh man, the fan base is going to be here. This song made me cry. It's because this person passed away and it means something great to me. YouTube does not care.
Right.
They do not care about how much a song means to you. They do not care that it's incredible or that it changed your life. They care about how much they can line their pockets.
Yep.
That is all they care about. It's the message across the entire board. There's no blue or red. There's no right or left. There is rich and poor. That is it. And we are seeing it firsthand, and we see it every time we upload to YouTube. Even when we do non-monetized, or even when we do stuff that is not restricted. for monetization, because then that viewership gets restricted on stuff that's fully monetizable.
Yep.
So it's constant. We have 1,200 plus videos that explain this, from just existing. You know what I mean? So
Well, and I like how you touched on something earlier with the whole, complaining about the fact of what we do to prevent copyright and stuff. Yeah. And I still got a strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's think about that real quick.
Mm-hmm. We stop, we pause, we talk, we everything.
Yeah. The videos are smaller than the scale that it's supposed to be. Kyle did that on purpose. He was like, it's supposed to be like this, but I took it down a little bit more and we can still see it in that way. And then we mirror it, and then I even put the thing over. I'm like, yeah, that's gotta be good.
Yeah, not good enough. Yeah.
And we've tried other things, but at the same time, things change. For a while though, we kind of like faded the actual video, but you can't do that now. It's a whole thing. But anyways, guys, like this is what we had to resort to, and it being like that is that this is still what happens. So yeah, this is what we're going to continue to do for the things that we do. Mm-hmm. Like there is, he's right. There's a lot of the artists that, yeah, they were great, mm-hmm. but I don't listen to them on my own because they didn't do well. So like we only do so many things. So of course that's what you listen to.
Right.
Like in your own time. So it's like, he said something about it kind of, shifting the way your music is now. It really, being a reaction channel completely ruins how you listen to music. Yeah. And even for something like the 21 Pilots, like he said, like, I don't even want to listen to Drag Path right now and do the new video, even just at that in itself.
Because all I'm going to think to myself is, damn, we could have experienced it with our audience.
Right.
Like this amazing moment in this animated video, and I only know that because of the thumbnail from it. Right. So, yeah.
And it's just, like I said, it's very unfortunate, guys, because, I know for like myself, I have gotten back into this is fun, side of YouTube and recording and stuff because of, like the detour content and vlogging and new toys that I'm getting to, help with, stuff for the show and blah, blah, blah. Right. And it's because it's been fun, and it kind of perked me up for like music and stuff, and people were dropping stuff, and mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, this is good. And then this just kind of, it really put a damper on like how I was feeling with it. And not that I'm done, guys, but like this is just really kind of like a big bummer because it is 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
It would be like something like that, or if it was like Falling in Reverse or Sleep Token, because it's like, dude, yeah, I don't get to experience this with the audience. This is what we love to do.
This like is especially knowing that it's like we see this a lot in comments where they're like, bro, how did you not listen to this for so long? And it's like horribly.
Yeah.
Fucking horribly.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get to hear, actually, sorry, not I, but we didn't get to hear Caramel by Sleep Token for a full almost 72 or maybe 48 hours or whatever it was.
Because you were gone.
Because I was on a work trip. So that meant that I wasn't allowed to listen to it because I wasn't even in Ohio, but you are right next to the studio and couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, this is like, think about if one of your favorite bands released something and you think to yourself, man, I can't open Spotify. And every time that you're about to do it, some big burly guy punches you in the face and prevents you from seeing it because your eyes are all blurry. Like, that's the only like way I can kind of describe how it feels, is that it's the fact, like, dude, like the first time that I realized I was fucked with my music or listening to music was when Slipknot dropped their newest album. And this was like in the midst of us doing all of our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a Slipknot. Like, Corey's voice changed my life. Stone Sour and Slipknot, can't listen to them. At that time, there was no way I was going to, because we might react to it.
We might react, sure.
And it's guys, like, this goes even deeper, even with our friends and our family. We have had so many times that the people that love us, that we have shared music with for our entire life, that we have had to remove that part of our relationship with them, because we don't get to share that with people anymore like we used to. Right. It's like even the stuff that Crystal and I share, like it's like we've had to completely alter that, where it's like that's one of the things that, her and I share very much is music. but we have to be so careful.
Yeah.
Dude, like there's times where like it's not fucking worth it. It's like it's this looking at the realization of it, especially like with like certain things, like for instance, like Echo. Where like Echo is someone that has messaged you personally multiple times. We almost went to a show to meet him because of it, because he appreciates what we do. The problem is Echo does terrible on the channel. It's not that he's a bad rapper. It's not that he's a terrible musician. It's that our audience as a whole, to be very blunt, does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Either that or they're too late for it to matter for like what YouTube wants. Again, for us, we appreciate every view. YouTube does not.
Yeah.
We're graded every time.
Yeah, it is. That's a great way. Yeah, we're graded, guys, like within the first, you can even argue the first day, but it's not even the first day. It's like within the first 8 to 12 hours, guys. Like it has to, it sends all of the information to YouTube. That's what we always talk about, where it's like we have to do well on videos for them to keep pushing our videos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that never ending cycle. But it's like you're right. Like people like Echo, like he's super good.
Yeah.
And
he's a great dude.
He is. And it's just like, it is unfortunate that there is so many good artists, pretty much everybody that we've listened to, that over half of what we've listened to is not on the channel.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't, or it does well for a minute and bombs, because like K-pop was a big thing. Mm-hmm. Billie Eilish was kind of big there and then it did one of these and then just went straight down. And like, we don't know why, guys. I get that not everything has a reaction community, like maybe like Echo or something, but like Blackpink was huge. K-pop was big.
That's how we made it to 100,000 subs.
Yeah. So it's like, don't tell me that there's not a reaction culture for that. It just, for some reason, they stopped pushing it.
Yeah.
And, so like we talk about, guys, we have to pay attention to that stuff. Yeah. And because if not, there is no channel, because you're not going to see it, because it's not going to be on your FYP. Like,
yeah. Well, and especially too, is that the thing that I refer back to all the time is, guys, like Eric, like I've commented this hundreds of times, but this is something that you guys have got to understand, because this ties in with everything, is that we uploaded a video every day for 2 years straight. Mm-hmm. 2 years straight. That is more than 600 days that we did not miss an upload, except for the 1 week that I had COVID.
Yep.
That's it. That's the only time that we ever missed content.
That one recap was that it said we uploaded for 356 days.
It's
or
insane.
56. Yeah. Out of 365.
Do you know one of the surplus of comments that we got during that time? Yo, man, thought you guys quit. I haven't seen a video of yours in a long time.
Yeah.
Our work did not matter for YouTube standards. I'm not saying that it didn't affect people in a great way.
Right.
I'm not saying that the people that watch us, like how like you talk about watching Too Lit in the garage when you were depressed and needed that thing. I know for a fact that's happened. The problem is, to matter on YouTube standards is that it's like, it was one of those like that we learned where it's like, we're working too hard.
Yep,
like
and that's why we dropped it to the couple of days. I do the solo reacts now to like fill time and just some fun, and like the home team and some rap stuff and do things.
And you're having fun.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, he's right. Like it's wild that we literally were like, we're working too hard for this and getting the same results almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little less, but it's just, it's still around the same, but it's just like, and then when you have something like this now, where it's like, well, now we don't have 21 pilots.
Yeah.
It's not because they're not good, and trust me. Oh, we get views, guys. This is a quote moneymaker. We don't really get paid, but I'm saying like for views to keep the channel healthy,
the exposure. Yeah.
That sucks. That really sucks. Because again, guys, this has nothing to do with money. We weren't making money off of 21 pilots to begin with.
It's
like really like we might have like 2 that went through. I'm serious, guys. We don't get paid off of any of our videos. Go watch them right now, or go look any of them that have 100,000 plus views, we don't get paid.
Yeah.
For sure we don't.
I can guarantee you that, especially guys, because when people look at what we do, they make assumptions.
Yeah.
And we've had real life things, even like you've had a very specific situation. We have to get into it, but it's like, well, no, he's a millionaire. He has 100,000 subs. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
My super successful YouTube, I'm multi-millionaire at the time in the bedroom next door at my brother's house. Yeah, I'm just shitting money, dude. I'm just crapping diamonds, dude.
It's good. I even told some people like on my work trip I went on because they were asking about it, and I'm like, yeah, people think we own Bentleys, people think that, you know, we've got this and this, but at the end of the day, guys, like when you look at the most viewed video we have on Rykerroad, it's Watch the World Burn by Falling in Reverse. We had a fucking killer time reacting to that. It was so awesome. It's over 1 million views. It's wild. We don't make a dime off of it. And we are Ronnie's favorite reaction channel. And we make no money off of it. I'm not complaining about the money. What I'm saying is that there's a real factor to this that people don't understand. That they think it's one thing and it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And guys, don't get me wrong. That's not because of Ronnie.
No,
that's because we are his favorite channel. It's the fact of it goes into kind of like this whole situation with like being blocked or being known or like them knowing and stuff is that we could get whitelisted for Ronnie. They won't push us, guys, because now YouTube goes, well, fuck you. You get all the money.
Yeah, we'll make sure nobody finds it so that way no ads run.
Correct.
Because it happened to Lee.
It happened. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so there is this whole, so I'm saying, guys, with this getting a strike and having this happen with 21 Pilots, this is just another thing like this because there's so much, he's right, so much behind the closed doors and behind the scenes because why we have to pay attention to everything. He's right. We could have been, let's try to make some money. We would have never got 1 million views. We would have never got those 1 million views turned into how many subscribers? Yeah. I don't give a fuck about making 10 grand off of one video one time. Cool. That's one time. I now have almost 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
So again, this exposure thing with the no 21 Pilots, that sucks. That would be like getting rid of Ronnie.
Yeah.
Or a sleep token.
This blows.
Big hitters.
Yeah.
Big hitters. So that's where it's like it has nothing to do with the money on 21 Pilots. It's how many subscribers would we have got and how many views, the traffic, the interaction, the stories I would hear from people in person, in emails, in comments about the first time they heard Lane Boy or the first time they heard 21 Pilots. Like there was a lot that went with that. Like it got very personal. And this is a huge bummer. Like I keep saying that, but like it is, guys, it's a huge bummer because it was a big part of our lives, you know, as far as like our I guess like music wheelhouse and like what we listen to almost on a regular.
For like, I would say from like the reacting standpoint.
Yeah. And it's just like, dude, this is, like I said, this is just kind of devastating. And it's just, but we hope people are understanding the reasoning and what we're saying here, because again, to reiterate, it's not the guys.
Yeah.
We do not hate 21 Pilots.
No.
We will support them on our own. And Kyle is right, kind of touching one last time on the fact of, yeah, we could do it. I don't want to do it on Patreon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not sorry. Like, but it's just the fact of like, that is now not what this is about. And it's just because I think it does kind of have like a bad taste in your mouth. One of those, you kind of just, I'm like, I don't think I just want to do that anyways. I guess I'll just listen to him on my own.
But it's the one thing that I've learned with doing YouTube, and it's something that I think I wish I would have done a long time ago, and I'm sure you can relate to this, is that I did not protect my mental health the way that I should have while being on YouTube for a long time, you know, where I let things get to me and did them anyway, and it just hurt. You know, so much where it was like that thing of like, you know, doing one thing in particular, like, you know, like trying to get, you know, Dance Gavin Dance to fucking work. That it was like, we watched their stuff. We had a decent amount of people that showed up, and it was like, wow, like we have like their fan base is showing up. That's great. Then the allegations against Tillian came out. And it was like, well, now we can't touch this because this is fucking plutonium.
Yeah.
And then we go a year and a half of people bitching, wondering why we didn't. But the second that we do, we're supporting a sex offender.
Yeah.
So like, but then again, allegations then get thrown out. And then now he's not a part of the band anymore. So then it's like, all right, guys, let's try it. And then they bomb. And then it's like, well, you waited too long to do them. It's like, there's an entire fucking process of how we got here, of why we didn't and why we did. Like, and I think that's the frustrating thing. Like, Dance Gavin Dance was the opposite for me. It was the fact of, fuck you, I'm listening to this on my own. I came into this world loving music and you're not going to take it from me. And then there are certain times like 21 Pilots where it's like, fuck you, you win, I'm done. I'm going to go read a book instead. Rykerroad more times than not is devastating for my mental health because of that very aspect. Like, guys, like, music was so predominant in my life. I know every morning, like I would listen to fucking a Breaking Benjamin album every day before I would go to work. Like that hour and a half I had to like, you know, coffee and Breaking Benjamin, you know, like it's like I would listen to full albums. I would discover new music. Summertime was the best time because something new would pop up on your shuffle, you know, or like something you never heard before. I have lost a lot of those things. I could listen to some stuff that I listened to before, but it's not the same. You know, it just isn't anymore. However, we do get good ones like, dude, like President and Sleep Token and, you know, and NF and, you know, just like these, hell, even Whit Lowry, you know, who was one of the guys that bombed a lot. Like I, for the most part, consistently listen to some of his stuff. Like, you know, like there's some stuff that resonates and sticks and, you know, sticks through, you know, the madness, but there's other times where it's just like, dude, I'm done. I don't care. I've got other things to worry about. Like, Rykerroad, and more so, I would say the act of reacting is only a sliver of our lives. Yeah, it is 100% a part of what we do, but it's only a part of it. Yeah, you know, so it's why, like, guys, like, you know, if you guys have stuck this out and, you know, you're, you know, taking what we say, hopefully the correct way or a way that we hope that you do, is that, guys, like, we have this podcast that we love to do. We have our second channel. We have like these other things that we're doing. Eric goes live on Twitch. He does coffee time every morning. Like, there's tons of things that we do. And it's just one of those that it's like, if you're upset about 21 Pilots and that bums you out, trust me, it bums us out too. But look, we do other things. Right. You know, it's like we're more than just reactors. You know, and so it's not just music. You know, it's that thing where like people hyper focus on the reaction side of it because they're aware, they're only aware of that, you know, and it's one of those, like, hopefully I'm hoping this video at least brings awareness to the other stuff that we do, you know, but also explains, you know, the process of things now, you know, but
agreed. So guys, I mean, I hope, like he said, that, you know, this was taken the correct way because, you know, like I said, we don't want anything taken out of context or anything like that because of kind of the severity of what's happening. Like I said, we've never had to do something like this. Yeah. And, you know, like we really had to take action and make very snap decisions at that point. And, you know, even kind of touched on the fact of not only did it get a strike, but guys, I couldn't upload for 7 days.
That fucked our algorithm so much, and it still has.
So yeah, guys, like so that's another big thing. That's what I'm saying. Like we literally can't afford a strike because not of revenue. We can't afford not having videos. Again, I found a loophole. I could still go live. Yeah. So I was making wild, you know, names for the morning coffee times just to like, and it worked. Yeah. You know, because we're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, gotcha or whatever. But like,
you still clicked. You know?
You still clicked. So it just. Yeah, I had to find some workaround to like try to save, you know, stop the bleeding a little bit. Yeah, what I love too is people are like, well, dude, it's like if you can go live, just react live. It's like that you missed the whole part. You know, the whole part of this. You know, like that is like jumping on a live grenade and wondering why you're in a million pieces. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because again, some people can get away with doing live reactions, but guys, like we got blocked when we would react to Falling in Reverse in the beginning, and we got shit even then. When people were like, dude, why are you adding beeps? Why are you doing this stuff? It's like, because we can't get it to you any other way. Yeah. Like, it's like we're not trying to piss you off. You know, it's like we're trying to put reactions out, you know? Right. So it's to me, it's almost that Corey Taylor and Craig moment where Craig got him in a headlock. He's like, get off me, Craig. I'm trying to get on a plane. You know, I'm trying to do something here. Yeah. So it's
I mean, I think that pretty much ties everything together.
It does, yeah.
I mean, it's unless if you can think of anything else. That,
no, that's what I was saying. Like,
yeah.
that and the whole 7-day thing where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it fucked us even more.
Yeah. So,
but
either way, guys, whether or not you found this on the Rykerroad community page, the post page, or if you found it at the end of a Rykerroad video, I know what I'm going to try to do is put this at the end of as many 21 Pilots videos as I can for the end screens. So, I mean, it's like, at least like with some of our top videos, at least the one that I know, like, people are going to like see and that they're going to go, go through. If you guys want to help us out, share this video, share the message, let people know what's going on, or just in comments, if people are being shitty or if they're genuinely asking a question, explain to them, it help us out, like, as a community, like, this will help us a lot if like, there's
100%,
some of the brunt can be taken because we're only 2 people, so it's like, with as many people as we know that have been with us through 21 Pilots, it's incredible and we can't thank them enough, but it's just, unfortunately,
here we are.
YouTube and labels just make shit impossible. So, and we're doing the best that we can.
Trying.
I'm fine with at some point still doing our Blurry Face podcast and talk about songs.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And like talk about some lyrical breakdowns and stuff like that. The Cavecast really is a place where that stuff can still live in a different form.
Again, still support the guys. It's just not going to be on Rykerroad.
Yeah.
With that attached to it. So
it's gotta change,
Yep.
So, but either way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I will say that as far as normal podcasts and things, Eric and I have a lot of different traveling for work reasons and personal reasons and stuff that are coming up. So we're going to figure out how to get podcasts going in the proper way. Even if there's no episodes during the week and stuff, trust me, we're still here. I'll still go live. We'll still, we'll keep up, those different things. But good things are changing in personal lives. Yep. And those good things are taking some time right now. So it's one of those, just be patient with us. We're going to do the best that we can. And for any of our members that are here that are supporting us for 99 cents a month, thank you for being here. And anyone that watches, likes, and comments and subscribes, you are just as much of a help. And we cannot thank you enough. So we're going to go ahead and end this here. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.